Good howdy, folks. I'm James Blackburn, filmmaker, actor, and adventure seeker. I live in the American Southwest, and I'm surrounded by breathtaking landscapes and endless possibilities. My passion? Capturing life's beauty through lens and screen. From Red Rock Canyons to Hollywood movie sets, I'm always on the move. Join me on my video adventures as I navigate the wilds of the entertainment industry and the great outdoors. Let's explore together. So if you keep following this little dirt road here, it does come down to the main dirt road. Now there are a lot of secondary roads just like this one up here off a highway, or up here off of Forest Road 376. And you just have to drive along and explore. When you find something that looks interesting, turn off and see if it goes to a good campsite. I drove past this one earlier. I actually came in and explored it on my way in, and I thought it'd be a good site to go to if I couldn't find something closer to the water. And it ended up being a really great site. I love it. It's a nice place to be. Okay, so down here you can see that's the main dirt road right there. That's Forest Road 376. And you can tell right away a big difference between this side road, which is dirt and mud, and you can see where the flow of water goes down it. No gravel really. Here's my tire tracks in. But yeah, you can see a difference. Forest Road 376 here is gravel, packed down really nicely, and it's right next to this area here. Now if I was able to hike across there, maybe later if it clears up a little more, there is a creek down there somewhere. I'd like to go down there and find it if I could, because water sources and nature are just some of my favorite things to be near. The sound of it, something about it, just it's like one of the greatest sounds I've ever heard in my life. Is just a nice stream, especially when you're camping near it. It like lulls you to sleep. So yeah, this is Forest Road 376. I did go down this way a couple more miles, I think, after I first got to the site, because I was looking for a site that was on the right hand side down here by the river, but I did not find anything else. And so I did drive down, like I said, a couple more miles this way, and I've done this whole 20 miles before, so it's nothing new to me, but I'm still blown away every time I'm back here, because I mean, just look how awesome this is. And I bet there's no campers within half mile to a mile from me, so I'm really gonna be back here alone. I'm looking forward to that, because the quiet of nature is something I need. So from the main road, you can see my white truck back there. So it's not 100% hidden, which is okay, because it signifies, hey, there's someone camping here. Please don't stop and camp here too, because one of the reasons I come out to dirt roads like this in New Mexico is to get away from the crowds. And right now, like I said, I'm probably a mile from anybody else. This is wonderful. Here, let me back out and show you how far away I really am from this, though. So there's my white truck there in the middle. You can kind of see it. It's a hidden little speck, but here, when you're standing here with the naked eye, it's obvious because it's a white truck and all that greenery. But yeah, I got a good camp going back there. It's awesome. This will probably be the place to see some wildlife potentially around sunset. So I'll come back down here a little later, see if any elk or anything come out into the wilderness here. Ooh, cool, check that out. There's a cloud right up there, just a little below the mountain edge there. That's always kind of neat. So yeah, sunset, come back out here, see if we can spot any critters. That would be awesome. And I gotta tell you, because it just rained and there's so much grass and trees and plants out here, it just smells awesome right now. Kind of an earthy, damp smell, but not a bad one. It's like fresh smelling, clean. Yeah, I just decided to take a walk down the main dirt road here and explore this area a little bit, especially the field over here, because it is really awesome, beautiful, and green up here. Look at that. So getting out here after the rain, it just smells so fresh and clean. And just walking on the dirt road is even kind of nice. I am going to go back to camp here in a few minutes though. Maybe get some lunch going, and then I'm going to explore back behind camp. I'll take you to that here in just a little bit. All right, starting to rain again. I'm going to head back to camp this way and just be prepared in case it gets a lot of moisture like we got a little bit earlier. Yeah, keeps thundering. I haven't seen lightning yet, which is always good, but some of the thunder's been pretty close and it's been pretty loud. So, yeah, heading back to camp. When people think about New Mexico, ones who haven't been here especially, they think a lot of desert. You know, it's a desert state, and yeah, there is a lot of that. But the desert's beautiful as well. But there are a lot of mountainous green areas like this, just covered in pine trees. I think about 25% of our state is actually heavily wooded. And so, you know, it's a really great place to visit and to live. I'm really happy to be able to call New Mexico my home state. After walking back down the road, I've come to the little side dirt road here that goes back to camp. If we look up here, you can see the speck of white back there in the woods where the truck is at. So we're gonna walk up here and just show you what it looks like, because I don't think I filmed this too much when I was driving in earlier. I got a little bit of it, but so most of the roads back here, even the secondary ones, are not horrible. You could get a, smaller truck back here, maybe even a car, but you'd have to be careful and go slow, especially when you get to the muddy spots. But right now it's just a little bit wet. Yeah, this is awesome. It's starting to become real though that I'm staying the night out here alone, and I'm pretty far away from other people, so it's kind of interesting. Oh boy, I'm going up. Starting to get out of breath. Okay, so fork in the road. That way goes to a camp that dead ends back there. It's like a loop. This way goes to where I'm at. But as you go this way, there's also another fork in the road. My fork goes to the right around this ridge and parked back there. This left fork just goes back to this same loop over here that connects on this little side road over here. So somebody could take that spot and I wouldn't even know they were there. Okay. Continuing the journey. Yeah, my truck's gonna have some mud on it because of this, but I'll have to give it a good wash when I get back to town. I should say a good wash when I get back to town, but when I was a kid, my family and me, we said wash. So sometimes I'll throw that in for fun. But yeah, here you go. So it's a big dirt road here, but it goes back to kind of a big clearing. You could easily pull several vehicles back here and have several campers. No problem. There's plenty of space for that. There you go. And there's the stormtrooper parked in the back, looking pretty good still. Let's go check on it. And then take a little break, like I said earlier, have a little lunch, and then maybe explore some more. All right, somebody in my vehicle. Oh yeah, look at that. Chewbacca, Luke Skywalker, Obi-Wan, and Han Solo. You're inside there flying it. What the heck? Anyway, yeah, everything looks secure back here still. Nothing fell apart. And underneath here, all my gear still nice and dry. All right, awesome guys. This really is good medicine. Just being out here in the woods while it's raining, it's quiet, nobody's nearby, no city sounds whatsoever. All right, got back just in time. Starting to rain again. So I'm gonna hang out here at camp for a little bit, and then maybe after the rain, I'll go do some exploring back here behind camp. That is gonna be awesome. This place looks really cool back here. Okay, yeah. Good times. I did forget to mention something throughout the day while I've been here, and that is I brought a couple of board games with me that I can play solo. And if it dries up and gets nice later, I can get this table uncovered and everything dried off. I can get one of those board games out. I think that would be a fun way to kill some time while you're sitting out here just relaxing. So yeah, good times, good times, good times. All right, folks, it's about 3:30 in the afternoon now. I've been up here since about 11, I think. So about 4.5 hours I've been up in the mountains. Although I think I probably got up here to the mountains a little bit sooner. I was probably in the mountains around 11, but I got to this campsite around 11:30. And I've been really enjoying it. It's been peaceful here. I got out and did a little bit of exploring when it stopped raining. It's raining again right now though, which is fine. But I'd like to talk a little bit about solo camping because it's like a rite of passage for a lot of people. Now, to be fair, I have my truck with me, so I have a quick way out if I need it. But I just want to make sure that you get your mind in the right spot, because right now it's daylight out. It's easy to be brave when you can see everything around you. But once the darkness comes to the mountains, it's a whole different environment, and you really need to get your mind in the right spot so that you don't freak yourself out when you're out here. So this will be my first official overnighter alone. Like I said, that way there's no campers for a couple miles or more. But back this way, about a half mile, maybe mile down the road, there are some RV campers. So I'm not that far from people, but far enough that this is a true solo test for me. So I'm excited about it. I'm curious to see, how my mind changes a little bit whenever it gets dark out here. And I think I just saw a chipmunk over there. All right, time to get up and go do some exploring. I'm gonna explore back in here. I'm gonna follow up this little dry creek bed and see how far from the top I can get, because it would be neat to get to the top and just see what's on the other side. Yeah, when I was sitting there talking to you guys, I saw a chipmunk go down under this overhang here. I don't see it now. It must be hiding out because it knows that I'm here, but yeah, down there somewhere there's a critter. All right, I'm on a little walkabout behind camp. I've been eyeballing this for a little bit, so thought before it got too much later, get back here and explore it. Whoa, steep and rugged back here. I was eyeballing going up this from a ways back, but it looks a little more sketchy now up here close. It's good to know there's a lot of firewood back here, though. If I need more, lots and lots of firewood. And this is some rugged mountain cover back here. Not impossible to get through, but definitely a challenge. All right, time to find some firewood. It's still raining, but it's a light rain, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get a fire going or not because everything's pretty wet, but there are some dry spots under the trees. We're gonna see what we can find. A lot of good kindling sort of stuff just real close here. by, and some of it's still pretty dry because it was under the pine trees. So yeah. All right, the pile is growing. You can see here the dirt is pretty wet. That piece of wood is pretty wet. But if we go over here under these pine trees, you'll see the earth is still pretty dry. So is this twig. That snapped right in half. So yeah, there's still dry stuff up here even with all the rain. So we'll have a fire tonight, but it'll be a small, controlled one, and it's a good place to have it because there's a lot of dirt around the area where the campfire is at. The fire pit needs a few repairs and tweaks. Got my trusty shovel to kind of help with that. But one thing I want to say real quick is I found some garbage in the fire pit. And folks, please don't do that. There's nothing you should be burning out here except for wood. And I cleaned it all out and bagged it all up and taken it out. But please don't burn your garbage out here in nature. It's just not proper. So yeah, there's lots of rocks here. This thing's falling apart a little bit. So let's get started. Already got a little pile of wood going and a much nicer, safer fire pit now. So this will be good tonight to get going. It's gonna be out of breath from doing that, but yeah, there you go. All right. Time to wander off for some more firewood. I hit the jackpot down there. That's a good little supply. This one's big. There we go. All right, 3 logs for the price of 1. All right. All right, I think the rain is over for a while, so I'm gonna pull this blue tarp off and lay it out somewhere and let it dry, and maybe get my kitchen prepped here for a little bit because dinner's not too far away, and I'm gonna want to eat something here in a little bit. So here we go. All right, we'll see if that dries it out, and then it's there if I need it. All right, folks, fast forward to about 6 p.m. here on Friday night, and it's clearing up a little bit. As you can see, there's some blue skies above me. It's dried out quite a bit. I wouldn't doubt if it will rain again maybe tonight, but right now it's just beautiful and nice out. Just look at this beautiful classic New Mexico blue skies here. You can hear a little 4-wheel drive vehicle going down there on the road. But yeah, here it is. Beautiful. All right, some time for some board gameage. So I have this mat for a pool game called Dust Runner, and the whole game fits into this tin. You don't really need the mat to play it. You can do it without. This is just a nice little piece to have that goes with it, but everything else is in here. The cards, the dice, the various pieces, the cars. So I'm going to get it set up here, and I'll explain it to you guys a little bit as I go along. So yeah, got enough time to relax out here and just play a little board game, card game thing here. So yeah, it's going to be awesome. All right, well, here's Dust Runner set up and ready to go. It's a pretty cool little game. We'll just kind of look at it real quick here. Basically, the objective of the game is you have stolen plans from a barbaric raider base and now must traverse the landscape to bring them back to camp. Victory is only had if you can make it home before either being caught by pursuing raiders or killed on the road. There you go. Dust Runner. Little solo board game here. And gonna get into a few rounds of it and see if I can get the stolen plans back to my base. All right, sun's coming back out. I bet with these clouds and stuff that we're probably gonna have a really nice sunset here in a couple hours, and that's gonna be awesome. It's just absolutely beautiful out now. This is so great. As I say a lot in my videos, nature is indeed good medicine. All right, here in just a little bit, I'm going to be heading back to my camp, and this will be the last I see and hear of civilization or people for the next, 12 hours or so. It's going to get dark here in a little bit, and I am going to be completely alone at the end of a dirt road. It's already getting dark back there, but you can see the sun is still setting here on the mountain. And of course, here comes some loud ATVs, but they're perfect for back here. So yeah, this will be my last bit of civilization and people before I head back to my camp for the night. That looks like fun. That would be a lot of fun to drive one of those things around, even though they're a little bit loud. Yeah, there was 4 young people, and they're smiling. They waved to me. They were happy. You could tell it's just being out in the mountains. There's something about it. It brings out a happiness. If you're not happy out here, then you're doing it wrong, because this is a happy place, and it's just really beautiful to watch the sunset and just be out here in the clean mountain air. And I'll tell you what, it's getting chilly quick. I'm feeling it in my upper body. I only have a t-shirt and a long sleeve shirt on, and there's a little cold breeze going on out here. So I'm going to head back to camp here in just a little bit and get some layers going, and maybe some dinner too. That is exactly what I'm talking about right there. This beautiful, beautiful spot. This is a little tiny one here. Must be for little kids or something. Once again, it looks like a lot of fun. You were driving this thing around. It looks like a blast. Alright, that was a grown man and his kid. That was awesome. He looked so huge in that tiny little thing, but boy, they're having fun. That is the nice thing about the Gilman tunnels. Even though you do have some noise go by your camp like that every once in a while, once everybody settles in for the night, it gets really quiet up here, and it's just families. Families come up here from Albuquerque a lot because it's an 1.5-hour drive, and it's just a beautiful, quiet, and very scenic place. I mean, look at how awesome just standing here looking at the mountains is. Now I'm catching a whiff of campfire. in the air. And it smells nice. So I am going to head back to my camp and get one going as well. I got the campfire area prepped, and we are going to get back there and get a fire going for the evening in just a few minutes. Sunset time here in the old Jemez Mountains of New Mexico. Gilman Tunnels Road, Forest Road 376. These are just the random thoughts of a person standing on the side of a dirt road in the mountains as the sun sets, when he is about to do his first solo camp overnight. Now I know you see there's some traffic going through here, but once all this settles down and the sun goes down, then it won't be any traffic. It'll just be quiet.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Remember folks, life is beautiful if you know where to look. Keep your eyes, your heart, and your mind open. It just might lead you somewhere special. Thank you for watching the James Blackburn Experience. Please check out my channel for over 1,000 additional video adventures.
Purple Martians.
All right, that's perfect. I love it.